Hi friends, welcome to Wednesdays with Whitney. It has been a great day. I have moved all of my appointments and meetings until after noon, and I have found that that's really helping me feel productive all day long. So not only did I have a really productive day this morning, but I just did a whole bunch of extra sessions and a family session. So I'm just feeling really, really happy to have been around people in such a positive way and to be able to share together. I mean, we are physically distancing. It's really nice to have just some human interaction, even if it is pretty far apart. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about this topic of liking ourselves. And I wanted to share a story with you guys, hey Tara, that happened in my brand launch group the other day. And I was talking to a group of people that have gone through the course, and one woman brought up the topic of, we were talking about selfies. And she's like, well, I don't want people to think that I'm vain or that I like myself too much. And this is someone who has a lot of self-confidence. She puts herself out there, but there was still this hang up of, if I post photos of myself, if I talk about myself on the internet, will people think that I am vain? Or will they think that I like myself too much? And she just asked for some coaching on that. And I responded and said, girl, what's wrong with liking yourself? What's wrong with everybody knowing that you like yourself, that you like the way you look, that you like the way you think, that you like the way that you put things out into the world, that you like the way that you treat other people? Like, what is so wrong with everybody in the world knowing that you like things about yourself? And she just kind of took a moment and she was like, oh my God, you're right. And I'm like, I know I'm right. So I think it's just this shift. So there's, the song like, you're so vain. I bet you think the song is about you, right? So I looked up the definition of vanity. Vanity is having an excess amount of belief in your worthiness, attractiveness, skill set. So an excess amount. So what does it mean to have an excess amount? I would say that most of us don't even get close to having an excess amount of belief in ourselves. And in fact, if we got anywhere near that level, truly that level, we would all be creating exactly what we wanted in our worlds. If we got near vanity, we probably would all be kicking ass regularly. Because it's just, there's that line, right? There's that I have a lot of confidence in myself, my skill set, what I have to offer in the world. I'm gonna go out there and offer it. And then there's the people that tip over the edge. Now, I'm not talking about those people who have these beliefs about themselves that are not founded in reality, because the other definition of vain is having little or no use. Isn't that cool? So vain on two sides is having an excess amount of thinking, excess amount of belief in our worthiness. And then if we say you did this in vain, you did it worthlessly, you did it uselessly. So if you think about those two things together, and you think about, okay, I have decided that I am going to let all of these nagging things go in my head. So I deal a lot with body issues for myself. So I know that some of you might be like, really? She shows up a lot in photos. Every single time I show up in photos, I am confronted with myself. And I get to decide every single time I see a photo of myself, whether I'm going to compliment myself or whether I'm going to tear myself to shreds. And believe me, sometimes they happen in the same 10-second span. But at the end of the day, I choose to see myself in a loving way. I choose to see myself as somebody whose body gets things done. And I think that choice that I make every single day of seeing the good things about myself is what makes me able to keep moving forward. Because if I simply let the things that I'm thinking in my head, these negative thoughts, be the thing on repeat, be the thing that leads my decision making, leads what I think I'm capable of, I'm done. If I thought that the way that my body looked was a good enough reason not to show up in this world, you would never see me here. If I let that thought run my world, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in photos. If I let that thought run my world, a lot of you wouldn't be in photos. Because what I've heard from a lot of you is that the fact that I show up in photographs has inspired you to show up in photographs. So the good opinion I reinforce constantly with myself has created good opinions in you about yourself. Holy crap, guys, think about that. My good opinion of myself has the possibility to impact your opinion of yourself. Simply because I have decided that the negative opinions of myself do not get to hold more weight. So take this in our mental capabilities. We're in a meeting and we have a great idea, but everybody else is also throwing out great ideas. Are you sitting there thinking, my idea can wait, my idea probably won't work, my idea is gonna be too much work? That is stopping you. No one else is stopping you. And now I know some of you might be in situations where people are stopping you, but you get to keep moving forward. If you let that mental space take up more space in your brain rather than, I deserve to be heard. I deserve to be heard. My idea doesn't always have to be the idea, but I deserve to be heard. That gets to be on repeat in your brain. I think about this. I had somebody say to me like, oh, I had somebody reach out to me that has been in my orbit for a really long time. And it's somebody that I've been in a lot of rooms with. And she told me that she had been intimidated of me and that she didn't think that she had anything to offer me. And I looked at her and I said, girl, there is not a room in the world that you do not show up in that you do not offer something, that you do not offer brilliance and spontaneity and whatever it is that the adjectives that you are in the world. The only reason that she wouldn't offer something to me is because she never said anything to me. So think about that. This person thinks that they have nothing to offer me, so they don't start a conversation with me. And really, they created their own self-fulfilling prophecy by not talking to me. Because then they really had nothing to offer me because they didn't show up in my world. I didn't even know that they existed in a conversational aspect. Now this person and I are talking really frequently, and this person has a ton to offer me because she decided that she was worthy of talking to me, of speaking up. And this isn't just like, I'm not that intimidating of a person. I don't even want to think about where else this was showing up in her world. So I get to experience a lot of this because I have really deep, beautiful, meaningful connections with almost everybody that I see. It's how I interact in the world. It's what I love to do. And people share with me. People share their stuff with me. And so I constantly feel like I'm processing both my emotions and like everybody else's emotions. And sometimes that can be a lot. But I feel really lucky to be trusted with these thoughts and ideas because the thought that I keep coming back to is the positive opinion I have of myself is impacting other people's positive opinions of themselves. And if I can hold myself high and continue to show up for myself, even in the moments when I don't want to, especially in the moments when I don't want to, then I keep creating that resilience in myself. I keep leaning into what is good. And so now in my brain, it's 90% good. 90% of the time, I am rocking and rolling in here. 10% of the time, it's difficult. But that 10% of the time is when I am building up my strength, is when I'm saying, I see you, but you don't win. And because those words in my head don't win, I get to be part of all your lives. So that's pretty cool, right? So think about how your mentality is affecting how you make an impact in the world. Think about how you feel about yourself is creating good feelings in others, because our positive mental state is a ripple effect. The more positive I can truly be in myself, the more I can create and give that to others. So I hope that this has been a good part of your evening, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.